drops. Get on board, sister, for the whole thing drops. Grandmother sang gospel on the railroad line, cleaning the coaches on the Southern Crescent Line. Only work they give her in the days of the divide, but she sang like an angel with the Lord by her side. Passengers would tip her just to hear her sing out. The old spirituals rising with a joyful shout. She dreamed of a day when a woman of her kind could stand on the stage instead of cleaning behind. Mama took the dream and she carried it on, sang in the choir from the dusk to the dawn. But the record man passing cause she wasn't the type. Too country, too gospel didn't fit their hype. So she sang in the church and she raised me on the sound. The three-generation gospel that was passed on down. Told me, baby, one day gonna be a time to shine. Gonna ride this gospel train right on down the line. This train is bound for glory. This train carrying the weary through the sun and the rain. I'm the engineer and I'm calling out the stops. Get on board, sister, for the whole thing drops. Get on board, get on board. There's room for many and more, many and more. This train is bound for glory, bound for glory. Get on board, get on board. Now I sing on the stages that they dreamed of at night. Grammy-winning gospel and I'm burning up bright. 3 generations finally standing in the sun. Grandmother's old dream and the race that we've run. I put grandma's picture on the cover of my last. The woman on the railroad and the voice from the past. So the gospel train's rolling and it's carrying us all. 3 women and a dream and we answered the call. Yeah. They call my great-grandma Moonshine Mary. Ran the best deal in the mountains and the law was wary. Fed her whole family through the prohibition years. A widow with a shotgun and a stone cold, no fears. Husband died in the mines and she was left with 9. No work for a woman in the hard mountain time. But her daddy taught her whiskey before he passed away. So she fired up the steel on the cold winter's day. Learned the recipe, secret in the run of the mash. Made the smoothest corn liquor for the desperate man's cash. Hid the steel in the cave where the revenue was couldn't see. Ran a whole operation and she ran it clean and free. Sheriff came sniffing around the hollow one time. Figured he shut down a widow and her crime. Mary met him at the door with a shotgun and a grin. Said you got a warrant, oh you thinking about your sin. Sheriff backed off slow cause the whole county knew. Mary's liquor kept the doctor and the preacher going too. Everybody drank it and everybody stayed quiet, cause Mary Shine was keeping the whole mountain from a riot. They call my great-grandma Moonshine Mary. Ran the best deal in the mountains and the law was wary. Fed her whole family through the prohibition years. A widow with a shotgun and a stone cold, no fears. She never got caught in a 40-year run. Raised all 9 children, saw the last one done. Buried her rich in the mountain she loved. The moonshine matriarch that the law couldn't shove. Now run a distillery, all legal and bright, great-grandma's recipe. And it's selling on side, award-winning whiskey with the face on the label, Moonshine Mary's legacy. And I brought it to the table, tour groups come learning about the widow and the seal. The woman who survived by her wits and the will. So they called her a criminal, but I call her the best. A moonshine matriarch who passed the family test. Salt of the earth, that's what they called us. Working the land while the world just walked past us. But the meek gonna inherit, that's what the book said. So I keep on working with my hands in my head. Mama picked tomatoes in the migrant fields, following the harvest for the pennies they'd yield. Me strapped to her back neath the merciless sun, learning that the working of a woman's never done. No papers, no comfort, no place to call home, just the crops and the seasons and the highway to roam. But mama sang gospel as she filled up the crates, said the Lord loved the humble girl, so don't you hate. Teachers in the schools where we stopped for a spell wrote us off as nothing, said we'd never do well. But mama kept me reading by the lantern at night, said education's the ladder, girl, you climb toward the light. Work the fields all summer, hit the books in the fall, determined that a sacrifice would not be for naught. It all salt of the earth, but I ain't for the sky. The migrant worker's daughter wasn't gonna get by. Salt of the earth, that's what they called us. Work in the land while the world just walked past us, but the meat gonna inherit, that's what the book said. So I keep on working with my hands and my head. Full ride to the college on the strength of my grades, first in my family through those Ivy League gates. Mama in the crowd in the one good dress, crying as they handed me my hard-won success. Now I'm a lawyer for the workers in the fields, fighting for the wages and the rights and the shields, the same migrant families that we used to be. I stand in the courtroom and I said I'm free. Mama's retired now on a little piece of land, growing her own garden with her own two hands. Salt of the earth and we inherited our worth, the humble and the faithful got our place on this earth. Honky-tonk band, only girl on the bandstand across all the land. They said the pedal steel's too heavy for a girl, but I made that thing cry, and I make it swirl. Yeah. Fell in love with the sound when I was just a kid, the way it wept and moaned and the things that it did. Daddy played it Sundays in the little country church, wouldn't teach a daughter, let me hound the perk. So I learned it in secret while he slept in his chair, studied every lick, every pull, every prayer. By 15 I could play it better than most men, but no band would hire a girl back then. Drove to Nashville with the steel in my trunk, I auditioned for the bands in a honky-tonk junk. Band leaders laughing, said we don't hire your kind, steals a man's instrument, you're out of your mind. So one desperate night when the player didn't show, band leader grabbed me, said you're all that I know. I sat down at that steel and I made the crowd weep. Band leader hired me on the spot to keep. I played a steel guitar in the man's honky-tonk band, only girl on the bandstand across all the land. They said the pedal steel's too heavy for a girl, but I make that thing cry, and I make it swirl. 20 years later and my name's on the marquee. Session players calling, want a record with me. Grammy on my shelf for the grind steel sound. The girl they wouldn't hire is the best around. Now I teach the young girls who wanna learn to steal, the ones the industry still tries to make them feel like the instrument's too heavy, like it ain't their place. I put their hands on the pedals and I watch their grace. Daddy passed still thinking you weren't a woman's tool, never knew his daughter broke that old rule. So I play the steel guitar and I make it cry and swirl. The best in all of Nashville, and I did it as a girl. Yeah. I was the prodigal, I ran from it all, spent every blessing, watched my whole life fall. But my mama left the porch light on for me, and she ran down the road when she finally could see. Yeah. 17 and reckless, I couldn't wait to leave. the little country church and the God I couldn't believe. Took my mama's savings that she'd hid from my school. Ran off to the city like a stubborn young fool. Fast money, faster men, and the neon burning bright. Thought I found my freedom in the sin in the night, but the money ran out and the friends disappeared. Left me in the gutter of the life that I feared. Slipped in the shelters, worked the corners for a while. Every mirror showing me a stranger's tired smile. Mama's face would haunt me in the cold of the dark. The porch light still burning like a faraway spark. Hit the very bottom on the cold Christmas Eve. Nothing left inside me but the will to believe that maybe I could go home. That maybe there was grace. Bought a one-way ticket back to that country place. I was a prodigal, I ran from it all. Spent every blessing, watched my whole life fall. But my mama left the porch light on for me. She ran down the road when she finally could see. She ran to me. She ran to me. She ran to me with her arms open wide. Oh, no word to judge. No word to judge. Just love come inside. Just love come inside. Now I stand in that same church that I ran from before, testifying to the ones walking out the same door. Mama's beside me, gray and holding my hand, living proof that the lost can come back to the land. I run a home for the runaways, the ones who took flight. Keep the porch light burning for them every night, cause somebody kept the light on when I couldn't see. And the prodigal daughter came home to be free. Alone in a tower 100 feet high, watching for smoke against a wide open sky. The only woman on the mountain fire crew, guarding the forest that I swore to see through. They said a woman couldn't handle the isolation, months on a mountain with no conversation. But I spent my whole life feeling unseen and alone. So the quiet of the tower felt like coming home. Climbed up the stairs to my little glass room. Radio, a kite, and a broom in the gloom. Learned to read the weather in the shape of the haze. Spotted the first smoke of 105 days. Came a summer so dry that the whole forest cracked. Lightning storm rolling and the fires attacked. I called in the coordinates all through the night. Directed the crews to each new orange light. 50 separate fires in that terrible week. Me in the tower barely able to speak, but I saved that forest and the towns down below. The woman in the glass that they said couldn't go. Alone in a tower 100 feet high, watching for smoke against a wide open sky. The only woman on the mountain fire crew, guarding the forest that I swore to see through. The Forest Service tried to shut the towers down. Put in the camera, said the humans weren't around, but the camera can't feel when the wind's gonna turn. A camera don't love the trees that could burn. 20 years I watched from my perch in the sky, save more forest than the satellites could spy. Now I train the young women who want the lonely post, teach them how to read what the mountain loves the most. There's a peace in the solitude, a strength in the steel, a woman in the mountain in the fire watch wheel. So I climb up my tower 100 feet high, guarding all the green against the wide open sky. In our Sunday best, holes in our shoes, but our shirts were pressed. Said hold your head high when you walk through that door. Pride ain't a thing that belongs to the rich no more. We didn't have money, but we had our dignity. Mama made it clear that was worth more than money be. Ironed our clothes on a board by the stove, shined up our shoes with the last of the polish she wove. Church folks whispering about the family that was poor, but we walked in like royalty right through the door, mama's back was straight and her chin was up high. Taught us being broke don't mean you gotta get by. Rich girls at the church in their store-bought lace look down their noses at my hand-me-down grace. But mama always said in that voice soft and low, it's the heart that God sees, not the money on show. So I sang in the choir like an angel set free. Never let them see that their scorn got to me. Cause mama taught me pride was a shield and a crown, the kind of thing that a dollar can't buy down. Mama put us in our Sunday best, holes in our shoes, but our shirts were pressed. Said hold your head high when you walk through that door. Pride ain't a thing that belongs to the rich no more. Whoa. Walk in dignity, walk in dignity. Hold your head up high, hold your head up high. The Lord don't see the money, the Lord don't see the money. He sees the heart inside. Now on the boutique where those rich girls shop, Sunday best for everybody and the prices don't stop. Poor kids come in and I feed them for free. Send them out walking tall like mama did me. She sits in the front pew praying so proud, watches her daughter just a whole gospel crowd. So we didn't have money but we had the best, mama and the lessons in our Sunday best. Oh, the mountains, they remember what the people forget. Every name, every grave, every unpaid debt. I'm the keeper of the stories that they tried to erase. The last one who remembers this forgotten place. My family's been here since before there was a state. Cherokee blood and the seller's hard fate. Grandmother told the stories that the books never held. The removal and the sorrow and the tears that they wailed. The company that came and took the top off the hill. The mountain that they murdered and it's silent and still. But I hold every memory like a stone in my hand. The last living keeper of a vanishing land. They built a highway over where the old cabin stood. Poured concrete on the bones of my grandmother's blood. Museum in the city put our quilts on the wall. Charged admission to a heritage they'd worked to make fall. But you can't buy a story that's carried in the breath. You can't pave a memory or bury it in death. So I sit with the children and I tell them what was here. The mountain and the people in the century of tears. Oh, the mountains, they remember what the people forget. Every name, every grave, every unpaid debt. I'm the keeper of the stories that they tried to erase. The last one who remembers this forgotten place. She passed away. Hours of the stories in her own mountain way. Put them in an archive that the children can hear, so the voice never dies and the past stays near. Now I teach at the college about the people of the hills, the real Appalachian, not the moonshine in the stills. The women who held families through the hunger and the cold. The keepers of the stories that deserve to be told. Grandmothers in the mountain that they couldn't quite kill. Her voice in the recordings and it echoes there still. So I carry it forward like she carried it to me. The last one who remembers setting memory free. She gave her last 2 pennies to the offering plate, while the rich threw gold and they called it great. But the Lord saw the woman who gave all she had. That's the kind of rich that can't never go bad. Miss Cora cleaned the church for 40-some years. Widow on a pension, living close to the tears. Every Sunday morning she'd drop in her Mite 2 thin coins, and she'd give them with delight. Rich Deacon Harmon with the Cadillac car through 100 and loud, so they know who you are. Sneered at Miss Cora, said that's all you could spare. She just smiled and said the Lord knows what's there. Church needed a roof and the fund came up short. Deacon Harmon pledged big, made a whole big report. But when the bill came due, his check never came. Left the church in the rain and the leak and the shame. Miss Cora took her savings, every penny she'd stored, handed it over quiet to the house of the Lord. Wasn't near enough, but it started to flow, and the whole congregation watched the humble one go. She gave her last 2 pennies to the offering plate, can't never go back. Deacon lost his money in a bad investment scheme. Cadillac repossessed and he gutted his dream. Came to the church, bro, needing a meal. Miss Cobra fed him first, now that's the real deal. When Miss Cobra passed, they filled the church to the door. Every soul she quietly helped when they were poor. Turns out the widow with the 2 little coins had been feeding half the county through the years in the loins. Buried is simple, but her name lives on. A scholarship, a food bank, a light in the dawn. Cause the ones who give the most ain't the ones you think. It's the widow with the mic standing right on the brink. Down to the river where the water runs slow. That's where my grandmother told me to go. Wash away the old, come up something new. The river remembers what the river runs through. She took me at 7 to the muddy green bank. Preacher and his waiters in the congregation rank. White rose billowing on the current so cold. Old hymns rising as the story got told. I was scared of the water, but she held my hand. Said the Lord's in this river, girl, you gotta understand. Sometimes you gotta drown the fear to be free. When under a child came up something to be. Down to the river where the water runs slow. That's where my grandmother told me to go. Wash away the old, come up something new. The river remembers what the river runs through. Years I ran from the water and the faith in the name. Chased the city lights and I lost them to the shame. Came back home broken with my head hanging low. Grandmother met me at the door, said I know. Took me by the hand like she did when I was small. Walked me to the river, said the water calls. I went under the weight of the woman I've been. Came up in the current and I breathed again. Take me to the water. Take me to the water. To be baptized, none but the righteous. None but the righteous shall see the light. Yeah. Now I take my own daughter to the same slow bend. Grandmother watching from the glory in the end. Third generation with her feet in the stream, teaching her the water in the old dream. And you can start over, that the